Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video. But today's video is a video where I will try to answer a question that I get asked often. And it's usually a question like, who is the better poisoner for clan boss? Is Kel better than Frozen Banshee? Is Frozen Banshee better than Occult Brawler? Things like that, right? And it's very hard to answer those questions, and it's very hard to even try to answer those questions. So I kind of set something up for you guys in this video that might help answer those questions for you. So if you're interested in that, yeah, let's check out this video. All right, so let's get into it. So a few things to go over before we start. So to make this a more of a fair comparison and also get rid of some of that RNG and to kind of control this experiment overall, here are some of the things I decided to do, and hopefully it makes sense to you guys. So one, every single champion we test will be wearing the exact same artifact sets, right? So this is what they'll be wearing. And also to note, please do not take what you see here as how to equip your champions, because this is not how to equip these champions. The reason why they're equipped like this is because I figure most people will be using lifesteal sets when they go up against clan boss, and also these stats kind of worked out for me. Now you can see right here their speed is at 179, which is good for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, because that's what we're going to be running for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. You want to be above 170. Their crit rate is 110, but I just, this is a gear I had. I wanted to make sure though we have perfect crit rate throughout the comparison. Crit damage, not worried about too much, but the most important part, since these are poison champions, I wanted to make sure their accuracy was high enough, and they are all across the board within the same accuracy range. The only hard part is their accessories. So each faction, I can't equip the same accessories on every single champion because they're from different factions. So all of the champions we do test will be wearing accuracy banners, but they will not be wearing any rings or necklace to make it a little bit more fair and a close as possible comparison we can make. So hopefully that all makes sense to you, and that was the reason why I have picked this certain set of artifacts and how we're doing this. All right, so let's go over the final details. So we're using these champions, these 4 champions, as our permanent test subject helpers, because I figure they provide a lot of survivability and they won't affect the overall performance of the questioned champion, right? So I wanted to use maybe like a champion like Valkyrie in this composition, but I figured, hey, having that counter attack might skew the overall performance of the champions in question. So I didn't want to put Valkyrie in there. And if we use Vizier, for sure our results will be all screwed up, right? So Vizier and Valkyrie cannot be in this experiment. And I figured these 4 will give us some more of a reliable, fair comparison. So I think that covers everything. So yeah, let's find out between the champions we selected today, who is the best amongst them. So let's get right into that. And good luck. All right, so the results are in, and I think the results kind of showcase the actual potential of these champions. I don't think the results were unfair at all. I do think that if you build around these champions, you could possibly, well, not possibly, you can pull out more DPS from these champions if you specifically geared them correctly and built around them with your team composition. So this isn't saying this is their max potential or anything, but just using the same gear, the same circumstances, how will these champions perform? And I think the results were pretty accurate. Frozen Banshee right now is hot. A lot of people are like really hyped about her, and you know, they should be, because she's a rare champion that could do a lot of damage. So I think it is very awesome that we have that opportunity now in the rare category. And for Grave Chill Killer, now she didn't do as much damage, right? She was like pretty much last place, but you have to consider she has decreased defense. So if your team composition doesn't have that, it might be worth it to use her over Frozen Banshee, because that decreased defense provides DPS output for your overall team composition. So there's, you know, like few minor tweaks and little things to consider when you're choosing your champion. But I think if you went with the top four, Juliana, Aothar, Cult Brawler, and Frozen Banshee, if you went with those champions, the difference in their damage output might not be that significant enough that you're going to regret not building one or the other. I think they're fairly close in damage output. Now, if we're comparing these champions to Dracomorph, Venus, now we're in a whole different league, whole different category. But when we're talking about the champions in this video, you saw the results, and I think it's pretty fair. So don't feel bad if you leveled up an Aothar versus Frozen Banshee or a Cult Brawler. I feel like at the end of the day, that damage output may not be that significant. So I think this was a fun video. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. And yeah, you guys take care. And also, I do want to say, guys, I know in this world, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's always been things going on in this world. And my motto has always been, no evil can be done if we all have good intentions in our heart. So please be safe out there. Enjoy your weekend. And, you know, just take care of one another. And yeah, most of all, enjoy your weekend. All right, see you guys on the next video.